morning. I am starting a reading vlog, so that's fun. This weekend I am going up to Vermont to hang out. It's the first vacation I've taken since the beginning of the pandemic, so I'm very excited to not be in the city anymore. I haven't left New York since February. It's been way too long. But I'm meeting some old friends up there. We've all been like isolating, and I took a test and blah blah blah. So we're being responsible, but yeah, we're gonna go stay in a yurt in Vermont, and we do it every year, and it's a lot of fun. And I don't know how much I'm gonna vlog up there because I'm gonna be embarrassed. Although these guys do know that I have a booktube, so maybe I can get over it. After our little yurt trip, I'm doing one solo night in Western Massachusetts to do a little bit more hiking, and I'm bringing a lot of books to read, and there are a lot of really great used bookstores all over New England, so I think we're gonna hit up a lot of those, so I thought doing a vlog would be a fun thing. For the books that I'm bringing with me, I sort of feel like maybe I shouldn't bring as many books as I'm planning to, because I'm probably going to be buying a ton, although I really shouldn't, because I've been buying so many books in the last 2 months. It's really bad. I am bringing a couple with me. The first that I have already started is Devil in the White City, which is a nonfiction book. I started reading it. I started listening to the audiobook yesterday in lab, so I'll probably finish that in all of my solo driving time. I am quite a nervous driver, so I'm definitely not going to get started on that until I'm like way out of the New York metro area. I haven't consistently driven. I haven't consistently driven since I graduated high school. So it's been like 12 years since I've had access to a car. So yeah, I'm a little anxious, but it'll be fine, hopefully. And other than the audiobook, I have 2 ebooks out of the library. In Cold Blood, which I'm like 20% of the way through. And that's a book that I'm reading for Overdue October, which is like a little challenge I set myself. And the other one is Mort, which I just got off the hold list for, and that's the 4th Discworld book. Terry Pratchett, gotta love me some Terry Pratchett. The thing is that those are both ebooks, and I sort of don't want to sit in my cozy autumnal yurt and stare at my phone. Like, that doesn't seem very on brand. So I am going to bring some physical books that I have not started yet, and we'll just see where my mood takes me. So the first one is Lucky Jim by Kingsley Amos. Wow, I don't actually know how to say that. But this is like a quintessential campus novel, I think. It's a comedy about class and education in like mid-20th century England. Pretty sure. Light. I think this might be the one that I spend the weekend reading, if any. I can't decide what else I'm bringing. 3 seems excessive, but I'm going to bring 3. So, one of the other ones is They Can't Kill Us Until They Kill Us, which is an essay collection by Hanif Abdurraqib. I think I said that right. And I don't know him except for his Twitter in general. But I'm excited to get to know this guy through some of his essays, and this is a great cover, so I'm excited to start reading this one at some point, hopefully this weekend. And third, just in case I don't get into Lucky Jim, I'm also bringing Case Histories by Kate Atkinson, and this is one of her more, I think like a murder mystery ones. I really don't know anything about this, and I'm going to keep it that way, so you're also not going to hear anything about it until I start reading it. Cool. So I am just finishing up with my packing. My dog is already at the boarding place, and then I'm going to go pick up my car. And if you never see this, it's because I died in a fiery accident. So hopefully you see this. Okay, bye. Alright. We had some coordination issues, so I'm stopping in a bookstore called the Book Mill. It's a great place. It's an old mill house on the river. Its tagline is, "Books you don't need in a place you can't find," which is pretty great. This room's normally entirely full with college students. It's so quiet, so sad. Turns out this is like a pedagogy guide, but I love this. What is this? This is the yurt. Everybody already has their stuff everywhere. It's pretty nice yurt. It's not even glamping. It's a cabin, basically. But there is a swinging chair. I get the loft this year, so that's fun. We have a fridge. There's a bathroom. It's a pretty nice place to be. It is Saturday. My buds are outside, so I am doing some secret vlogging. Yay, for being embarrassed. Basically this morning it rained a lot, so I actually got quite a bit of reading in. We've just been, eating good food. We did a very short hike this afternoon. It was more of a walk than a hike. I think tomorrow I'm going to try to do a more hardcore one in Massachusetts. But what have I been reading? On the drive up yesterday, I got a good way through Devil in the White City, Devil in the White Castle, Devil in the White City, which I am really enjoying. It's sort of interesting to be listening to that on audio because I normally do nonfiction, in book form. But I'm enjoying it a lot. It's basically about the Chicago World Fair and the serial killer H.H. Holmes. And it's creepy. It is, very... Erik Larson writes in a very, narrative way, so it definitely does keep your attention overall. I think it'll probably be a 3 or a 4, but I'll let you know when I finish, which will probably be on this trip, because I think I drove a total of 7 hours yesterday, and then I'm driving around a lot tomorrow, and then I have to get back to the city, so it's gonna be a whole thing. And then I also am reading They Can't Kill Us Until They Kill Us. I'm maybe 70 or 80 pages in, and I think when I first talked about what this book is actually about, I didn't know, which is, I like going in blind to books in general, so that's not a problem for me. But basically it is music criticism, and I think, all great music critics, he's very good at linking music to larger society and movements and stuff like that. And I think that it's just, very rare to read a piece that brings more to the music than you get out of the music itself, I guess. So he, his early essays in the collection are about Prince and Carly Rae Jepsen and Bruce Springsteen, all the greats. And yeah, I'm highly enjoying it. It might break the 5 level. We'll see. We'll see. That's my update. That's where I was before. Hey, what's up? There was a big storm when I was coming in, so you can see the wind took all the leaves off of these trees, but they're all there over there. Fall colors coming through. Do a more leisurely update now because I am off on my solo part of my trip. My friends are off to the middle of nowhere where they can swim to Canada to do some remote work, and I would have gone with them except I have to do lab work, so I can't really 100% remote work in general. But yeah, today was really great. I got up, I did a big hike, I ran down my phone battery taking like fall montage of like nice trees and stuff like that, and then I drove around lost for a long time until I found a very nice Thai restaurant where they let me plug in my phone so I could use my GPS again. I also got some nice pad thai. Woo. Anyways, so yeah, I also hit up another used bookstore, Braveheart Books. It was like so cheap. I couldn't stop buying books because it was just like so many books to buy. Sorry, I'm really tired right now, but I'm here to give you a reading update, and then I'm gonna finish my pad thai and get a little caught up on BookTube, I think, because I haven't actually been on there in like 5 or 6 days at this point. So, book update. I have been reading Devil in the White City in the car on audio, and boy howdy, it's creepy. I guess it is spooky season or whatever, so that's fine, but I feel like I was like really into it until I started my alone vacation, and then I was like, oh, I don't really want to hear about this guy murdering people for no reason. I feel like with murder in general, at least when it comes to true crime stuff, the thing that gets to me is when there's no real motive, which is this book. But I am about halfway through, so I do expect to finish before I get back to New York. The other, I didn't really take into account the fact that so many of the books that I brought are murdery. Like I also like read I guess about 50 pages of In Cold Blood on my phone because that's one that I set out to read in October, but I don't think I'm going to be able to finish that this weekend either because it's very murdery also. And one of the other fiction books I brought, I think, involves murder, so I don't even feel like picking it up. So the one that I've been trekking through the most is They Can't Kill Us Until They Kill Us. And I am really enjoying this, as I mentioned yesterday. Again, it's sort of hard to give updates on essay collections, but I just read one about like mid-2000s emo music, which really resonated with me because that was like formative music from my childhood, but there are lots of things fall into the your faves are problematic category, I guess. So it's just really interesting to hear his take on all of these different groups and music subcultures and stuff like that. And It really just makes you want to like burn a CD, which I haven't made like a CD mix in such a long time. But yeah, so I am sort of ripping through this guy, which is not normally how I read essay collections, but yeah, it's just what's happening right now. And I'm sleepy also, so I don't know how long I'm gonna be reading tonight. I might just go to bed, in which case, good night. King of the world. I also really have to pee, so just gonna head back down. Yeah. I'm eating some hyper-local ice cream right now. These guys are so cute. We have some adolescent cows. Hi, friends. Oh, you're so cute. They're just like big dogs. Look. What's going on, kiddo? You just having a feeling? Oh. Hi, guys. So the light in here isn't very good, but I thought I would do a bit of a wrap up now. It's the end of my last day of my trip. I still need to drive in to New York tomorrow morning, but that's just going to be stressful, and I'm in a good mood right now, so, you know, I thought I would do the overview. I'm also eating some fries and drinking a beer. This is from Abandoned Building Brewery. Insert Surgeon General's warning here. Today, I got up sort of late. I woke up at 3 a.m. and needed to do some self-soothing with some West Wing episodes because I got very freaked out. So I did not listen to any more Devil in the White City today because I was like, okay, let's just like wait to do this until I'm headed back home and like gonna be in a scenario that I'm comfortable with. So apparently I'm still weenie. I sort of thought that maybe I had overcome because in general my tolerance has gotten a lot better, but I think especially real life stuff, like true crime stuff. In terms of other reading, I have been reading They Can't Kill Us Until They Kill Us. I left it in the car, but I'm too lazy right now to go get it. I just went for what was supposed to be a very casual hike, but I got lost, which seems to be a theme for this weekend. I don't know. It was supposed to just be like an hour long walk through the woods, but it took three and a half hours, and at the end I ended up just like walking straight down the side of the mountain to my car because I was just like, fuck it, I know where my car is. I'm just gonna off-road it. Don't do it at home, kids. I think that you can get real messed up doing that. Anyways, so that was much more intense than I meant to do. And then I went to my favorite ice cream place in Western Massachusetts. I went to college here, so I have like things that I need to hit when I come back. So that was great. And then I went to Northampton, where I went to Ravens, which is another used bookstore. I really, really like Ravens because I feel like in used bookstores you can sort of see the personality of the proprietor more than any other bookstore, and like their selection is really great there. So I got a lot of books this weekend. And that being said, I thought I would maybe like end my whole weekend vlog by, I guess it's been 4 days, so a luxurious weekend. But I did get a lot of books because I went to 3 used bookstores, and I thought I would just do a mini book haul. Let's get rid of these so you don't have to look at that anymore. Some of these don't have a very good online presence, but I'll link whatever I can find in the description box down below, so you can hit them up if you're out and about in Western Massachusetts. The first bookstore that I went to was the Book Mill, and I only got one book from there. They explicitly said that they don't want you touching the books unless you're like really gonna buy them, which I will say sort of cramped my style. I really like going through and like trying to find good inscriptions and little notes in the fronts of books and stuff like that when I go to a used bookstore. But I did get Ship Fever, which is a short story collection that won the National Book Award a couple of years ago. And this is just one of those books that I remember when it came out, I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. But especially considering the fact that I've been reading a lot more historical fiction than I have in the past in general, I thought, it's used, it's cheap, I might as well give it a shot. The next day I went to Braveheart Books. Let me find the sticker for that. There we go. The next day I went to Braveheart Books, and they have a cat mascot. I know this one has an Instagram page because that's how I found them. This is a new to me used bookstore, but during the pandemic, the owner was doing like a special thing on Instagram where you would send her a couple of titles that you liked, and she'd put together like a used book care package for you. So if you're interested in that, you might want to go check out her page to see if that's still going on. But I decided to stop by, and I got a lot of books because all of her books were like less than $5. So I got 2 collections of essays. One is Gore Vidal at Home, which are some of his essays from 1982 to 1988. And I literally know nothing about this except for I know that Gore Vidal is an important writer from that time, and I've read 0 of his stuff, so I was like, well, maybe some of these will click with me. Cool. And it's $3. And then I also got an Isak Dinesen collection of essays. I have read Out of Africa, and I really enjoyed it. I'll say she writes beautifully, so I'm sort of hoping that a lot of these will be of interest to me because of that. Like, her scenic writing is amazing. Out of Africa, of course, is a product of its time, which we all know is a euphemism. But anyways, this was another, cheap collection of essays, and I thought that I'll probably really like some of these, so I just got it. This was my most impulse purchase of all of these rather impulse purchase acquisitions, I guess. So this is The End of America by Naomi Wolf. I mean, I haven't ever read it, but most people know Naomi Wolf from The Beauty Myth, and that's sort of the one that I was planning on starting with her, but then I just saw this and I was like, well, maybe this is also interesting. So I picked it up. I think it was published in like 2005, 2006. So I'm wondering how outdated, like I feel like it could either be prescient or outdated, and again, $3 or so. So I was like, well, we'll see. It's less than a latte or whatever. The last book that I got from Braveheart was Blood Meridian. And I basically just picked this up because it is my college roommate's favorite author and book. I don't know author. At least it's one of her favorite books. So I saw a cheap copy and I thought I should get it. As I was just saying, I'm rediscovering my true weenie self on the inside. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll read this during the summer when it's all bright and sunshiny and not apocalyptic, but we'll see. But I'm excited. I don't know. And then today I went to Ravens in Northampton, as I already mentioned, and I saw these guys, which I mentioned in my TBR roulette that I'm collecting this Pantheon editions of fairy tales from around the world, and I found, I mean, they had a lot of them at Ravens, but I was like, I can't buy 6 of these, so I bought 2. The first one is Gods and Heroes of Ancient Greece, and then, I mean, I just love these covers. I feel like I'm not normally somebody who buys books for their looks, but I feel like it's okay to just, like, get a nice, beautiful object to have on your shelf. Anyways, and then the other Pantheon fairy tale book is Russian fairy tales, which honestly I'm a little bit more excited about because I think I sort of like grew up with the Greek myths, but I know very little about Russian folk tales, and I know it's been like a big trend in fantasy over the last couple years to have Russian-centric myth systems or whatever. So I'm interested in flipping through this too, and again, totally beautiful. Wow. Wow. Okay, and then I also saw The Mansion of Happiness by Jill Lepore. I think this is one of her earliest books written for a general audience. I don't know if it's her first one. But basically it's just talking about, intellectual theories of life and death. I love all of her writing for The New Yorker, and I am actively putting off reading These Truths, so I bought a slimmer one. I'll get to These Truths someday, but in the meantime, this is probably going to be pretty good, so I'm excited. So overall, I guess that is 8 new books. So thanks for coming along with me. I hope the vlog comes together okay. If you have any suggestions for next time for like what you find interesting or what lags, let me know, because I'm new to this and I just want to make sure that, it's fun for me. I just want to make sure that it's also fun for you. I guess that's all. So I'll see you next week with a video. Bye!